17-year-old psychotic trying to be lyrical. I never meant to break.
All right, folks, we are live. It's the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas. And I can't stress enough. I know we've been playing, Barack Obama, City Year, paramilitary ads. Yeah, everybody, yeah, jumping jacks. Oh, we're going to help each other. I gave a year to City Corps. Why can't you? Yeah, you know what? Just give it a year. I mean, there's a lot of these commercials out there. We're playing just one of them. But what was big news to me is that pop sensation Miley Cyrus, a.k.a. Hannah Montana, and, Jaron likes to carry around pictures of her in his wallet for some reason, so he's going to have a bunch of pictures for you. But she's out there promoting the Cyberbullying Act. I got to tell you, I did not think that Hannah Montana was going to be the one to be like, cyberbullying, oh, it hurts my feelings. Basically, and I can't even make this up, in the article it says that somebody's spamming her, calling her fat, and they don't even use the A word. They have F*T. See, you can't even call people fat anymore. And obviously, Miley Cyrus isn't fat and it's just a cut at a young girl. But she says, it hurts my feelings. I'm for the Cyberbullying Act, which bans free speech on the internet and throughout the world. You can't hurt someone's feelings. I mean, here's the text of the actual document. It's H.R. 1966. Something out of 1984. Yucca, yucca. I just can't even... And the big excuse for this thing is that apparently some mother, to get revenge for her daughter who was having a problem with this other younger girl, was, making up a fake MySpace page, and she acted like a young boy that was interested in the girl. And of course, when she found out, I guess the girl never found out that it wasn't a real boy. She basically got dumped on the internet, and then she hung herself because the person said that the world would be a better place without her. Now, does that mom need to be brought up on some charges? Perhaps. That's taking it to an extreme when you're attacking a child online. But to pass legislation, which, let's just go through some of it. Youth who create internet content and use social networking sites are more likely targets of cyberbullying. See, it's about the children. These are some of the things that are cyberbullying. The term communication means the electronic transmission between or among points specific by the user or information of user's choosing without change in form or content of the information as sent and received. Basically, what that says, if you type to somebody in an IM or an email and they type back, there's the conversation, right? Electronic just means your computer. Folks, it can cause psychological harm, including depression, negatively impact academic performance, safety, and the well-being of children in school. Force children to change schools, and in some cases lead to extreme violent behavior, including murder and suicide. And then they make up some bogus statistic in point 6 for this thing. This will let them charge you with a hate crime, a hate crime for typing something on the internet, on a little internet. And first of all, the internet is the last bastion of free speech out there. It's the only reason that InfoWars actually exists. It's the only reason Prison Planet is around. I don't know if you didn't notice, ladies and gentlemen, but we don't have one of the big 3 stations pumping up Alex Jones and Jason Bermas every day. ABC, NBC, CBS, they're not on it. Fox, they're not with it either. Fox is really the enemy, and it's too bad because who doesn't love The Simpsons, and especially The Family Guy and The American Dad? That's basically what I'm down to watching these days. And, there's this one cartoon that was made by the guy who does Family Guy and American Dad. Well, he did this thing called Cavalcade of Comedy, and there's this segment with Dick Cheney, and I'm going to leave it at that. That is so raw and so real. I'd love to be able to play it on this, but I can't. We're going to come back. We're going to go into more about cyberbullying and a ton of other news, including 7-year-olds spying on neighbors. Yes, that's right. They're not just Boy Scouts being trained to fight terror. 7-year-olds spying on your neighbors. It's good times. It's the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas. Back after this, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.
The good old folks at New Silver Solution. And the website is super supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. This is something that kills bacteria, viruses, you name it, well documented. They've got it down to a super small nano-sized particle. Supernaturalsilver.com. Check them out at INFOWARRIOR.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
All right, folks, we are back. And the reason I'm covering this story is basically because Miley Cyrus, a.k.a. Hannah Montana, is an icon to young people. I mean, it is the biggest thing I've seen since... What was the last big child thing? What do you think? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What was the Disney thing?
Bebe Kids.
Bebe's Kids? Bebe's Kids was garbage. We all know Bebe's Kids was garbage. That was a garbage show. There she is right there. I'm trying to think. High School Musical I know is big with the kids, but she seems to be even bigger among the youngsters. So this is all to brainwash the youth. Okay? City Year. Young people orientated. And notice that they are targeting a minority audience because of who the president is. I'm not saying, I don't want to be racial about it, but it's true. I mean, they're making these commercials about inner city youth that are supposed to identify with Obama. Yeah, I made a difference. Why can't you? I mean, some of these are well beyond everybody doing jumping jacks going like this, serving their leader. Yeah, just do a year. Just do it. See, right now, it's voluntary. Soon, it's going to be compulsory. And remember, they're going to bring your kids into this. And they're literally teaching your kids that you can't do certain things on the internet. God forbid you hurt somebody's feelings. This is hate speech on a new level. And for them to use Disney super sensation, Hannah Montana. So I think she was the #1 musical artist last year. #1. Can you imagine the cheese? Imagine you had all that cheese right now, Paul. Where'd you be? Hawaii? Huh? What island?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. That's a cheese fest island right there. So, and then to get your kids at the Boy Scout level. Government readies youth corps to take on vets. This is out of the New York Times. It's just unbelievable. 10 minutes into errant mayhem in this town near the Mexican border, the gunman, a disgruntled Iraq war veteran. Remember, they're training the kids to take out the veterans, the people who, folks, it's ridiculous. They go out and they say, oh, our soldiers are our best and brightest. They're our future. They're the reason we have freedom in this country. And then they come back and they're already turning on them in the mainstream media and in the government to have them killed by the Boy Scouts. It's absolute ridiculousness. And then this is out of the Mail Online. By the way, we're going to take your calls, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. Town halls hire citizen snoopers as young as 7 to spy on neighbors and report wrongs. Children as young as 7 are being recruited by councils to act as citizen snoopers, the Daily Mail can reveal. Oh, thank you, Daily Mail, for revealing this. And what's really, really interesting is that this isn't the only kind of program that they got going. We covered it last week. It's the Pledge program, okay? The Pledge program. Now they're going to be pledging. Pledge to be a policeman. Remember that one, Jaron? Can we pull that website up, that Pledge the Police UK website? Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. Great workers back there. Fantastic. The environment volunteers will report on litter louts, noisy neighbors, and even families putting their rubbish out on the wrong day. You see? Everything you do is going to be judged. Everything tracked and traced and snooped on. This is the new Stasi force. And remember, Obama is talking about these new emission standards. They're already doing the cap and trade. It's carbon tax time, America. You're going to pay to breathe. It's not funny. It's terrible. A carbon tax. You're going to pay a carbon tax. Do you understand? You're going to be ridiculed about your garbage, the size of your home, the energy you use, the cars you drive. I don't like to give Glenn Beck any attention, but earlier tonight he had Ben Stein on. And not only is Ben Stein on the program, but even weirder, they're eating Chinese food. And they're talking about this new emission standard. And Stein said something like they're going to take his Mercedes-Benz out of his cold, dead hand. And good for him. I actually like Ben Stein. Expelled No Intelligence Here is a great documentary. Let's see. There are currently almost 9,000 people signed up to the schemes. More are likely to be recruited in the coming months. Controversially, some councils are running junior schemes which are recruiting children. Children. So it's not just children that are tattletaling. It's the hipsters with their digital cameras. That's really nice. Just lovely. I love this world. And if you're in the UK anyway, I mean, you go down to London, 300 plus times a day you're photographed and filmed. I mean, that's the new Snoop Society.